Hello, everyone. This is Grand Madam. Welcome. Pile on in here if you're new to my channel. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for giving me a shot to see what I'm about. And if you're an old vet by now, hey y'all, how you doing? Right about now, I am going to start clearing out my cards as we wait for other people to come in. And in the meantime, hi Barbara, how are you? Clearing out the cards and the bells. Hi Gina, how are you? Jackie B, hey, how are you? Thank you for the hearts and the flowers. Hello, Lisa C. Nelly, thank you for the hearts. I've got the big bell. I can't hold that thing. Hey, TT, how are you? While I'm doing this, we can get started with our breathing exercise. This thing is, I need to do strength training to hold this thing up, but it's very helpful. Okay. We're going to breathe in through the nostrils to the count of 3. Hold it for 3 seconds and then exhale. Hello, Ellie. How are you? And breathe it right on out. If you're coming in, just pop on it and pick up wherever you can fit in, okay? This sets the mood and also brings us down to a more manageable calm with all this foolishness going around right about now. But we're going to have some fun today. As you see, the title is, oh, so they met at the club. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? So let's just get started. We're going to breathe in. See, wait a minute. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe in. Hello, Michelle Matthews. Hello, Michelle Matthews. Hi. Breathe in. I think it's a little too close to the microphone. Last time, breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. How do you feel? Are you ready? Let that thing ring for a minute. Hey, Kat, how you doing? You just finished your breathing exercise. Well, you got some more oxygen there, Jackie. Happy Monday. Okay, enough is enough. Come on, Bo. Now, you know you've heard me. I know my veterans have heard me say about the Emperor Philaniqua, the Empress Philaniqua, I'm sorry, and the Emperor Philaniqua, how that the Empress was more than likely bought at the market at the Epstein Wives Are Us sale. Well, I wasn't too far from wrong, was I? I wasn't wrong at all. I said it as a joke. It was just a joke. And now they're finding out that the Empress Vanyanya was an Epstein girl. You know, all this talk and hoopla about what files the government has, that is a distraction, sweethearts. And you know why it's a distraction? Because it seems like anybody who had any inkling or knew of what was going on at that time, back in those days, just like they knew about the Diddy parties, they knew about the Epstein parties. And they've got pictures, they've got footage, they've got telephone numbers. Who dropped off Epstein's black book to the Business Insider? Somebody out there in Vermont on a farm way out in the damn booties. They don't even have bus transportation out there. So who drove by and dropped the black book? Didn't show it. And this young farmer guy picked it up, took one look at it, opened it up. They have pictures, and I mean, this black book is nothing written in. It's all in print, clear print, names and addresses, telephone numbers, of course. This was before email and all that stuff. Okay, before it was, let's say, popular in the public sector, and sent it to the Business Insider. Is a, well, it was at that time, it was magazine, business magazine, a trade journal, and it's probably digital now. They had it then, and it's like everybody had it then, and now they're going into their old boxes, pulling this stuff out, and going, yeah, let's make some money. Let's send this to the Wall Street Journal. Let's see, who else can we call? This has put Club 54 to shame. Back in my day, it was Club 54 to shame. Okay. Now I want to find out. Let's just take a look at the Emperor and the Empress. She says she met him at the club. What club was that? Because she was a model. Model. Okay. And by now, if we haven't figured out what goes on with the models, you must be under rocks. I mean, under a rock somewhere. I'm gonna tell you something else. Kevin Samuels and all these men worried about body count. Oh, if you want to marry a high value man, you have to have a low value count. When the opposite is true, the absolute opposite is true. We're talking about a model on Epstein Island. How many men do you think that was in a week? The Kit Kat Club, didn't I? It was the Kit Kat Club, huh? Oh, that was the club. Uh-huh. The Kit, where Kat, Barbara, I know you're women of certain ages, but whenever you hear the name Kit Kat Club, especially on television, weren't they always seedy clubs, seedy places, the lounges where you? It was always the Kit Kat Club. I think it was on Columbo. What's the guy with the ball? Kojak. It was always something happening at the Kit Kat Club. What's wrong, Lauren? Listen, no, she's not at the Kit Kat Club. It's always the Kit Kat Club. So I want to ask how they met. How did the Emperor Felaniqua and Empress Yanla, how did they spell that? How did they meet? How did they meet? Yes, these two. I have a picture of them on my TV. How did these two really meet? I can't wait to see what these cards say. Oh, Empress had a whole fabricated check. Yeah, that's what started it all, Kat. That's that chapter. She slipped in some things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She is Jackie B. Working girl. And there's on Valuetainment, Pat Ben David, PBD, interviewed a lady. Oh, her name is Arena, I think, who was trafficked from the age of 6. She's closer to my age now, but it's a 2-hour interview. I think I talked about it before. It's a bit much to listen to and to watch. If you listen to what happened with her, then you'll be able to pick up on what these women truly are now. You'll be able to pick up. Hold on, I don't want to lose this picture. of the empress and the emperor. I don't want to hear any sound either. I saw well, anyway, I know what they're talking about, so I can just cut it off. I'll just cut it off. How do they meet? How did the emperor and the empress meet? Oh, and one of the things that they would tell the older girls who were still underage, but they would entice them with, you do this right, you'll marry a rich man. Doesn't that sound like Kevin Samuels' high value man? You do this right, you do what I say, you'll marry a rich man. Grooming. They were grooming these girls. And these girls, and why do they come back? Because believe it or not, under these people's care was better than home. Or they were so twisted and so, the word is twisted, indoctrinated and accustomed to the way of the trafficking that they couldn't function doing anything else. That's why people go back. And you'll see that that's mentioned in the Diddy trials too. You'll see that's why they came back, because they couldn't function in the real world. Okay, how did the emperor and the what? Oh, tarot team, come on, front and center. Kela, Nazazi, Alazio, surround this team, my home, my viewers, with your flaming swords. Protect us from any fallout or any negative energies floating around. Just get rid of it. Just cut it out. Just overall energy. Okay. Now you Page of Cups. Page of Cups makes a small offer. Page of Cups is also a child. Now, the Empress Mayana, well, I said, whatever I said, started modeling at 15. Look at this. Now I have, let's do it this way. One more, let me see, one more card. It's looking weird. 5 of Wands, conflict. So I have the page. I have a small offer made by the King of Pentacles. There was conflict with, conflict with justice. Hold on a second. The plank is still in the middle of the street. Conflict with justice. Now, she married him at 25, but I don't know. Ooh, okay, we're talking about the trafficking partnership. So, what this looks like, there was a small offer to her by a rich man. Like this is probably the emperor. Regarding a relationship which is in conflict with the law. Ain't that nothing? So basically what they're telling us straight up here is that she may have married him at 25, but he met her much younger. All right, now we have the Hermit. This is isolation. This is also going within. I can't imagine what the next card would be. Oh, here's the Sun. Success. Also exposure. Illumination. Moving right along. This is emotionally getting your emotions in check too. This is harnessing of the emotions so that you can move on, regardless of what's going on over here and what's going on over there. Uh, Five of Pentacles, we have two abandoned people, I almost said creatures, thrown out by the church in the sand. Church not that helpful there. But they're on the outside of the church. They're not on the inside of the church. They're not carrying any bags either. Unless they ate while they were inside. I don't know. But it's about abandonment. Okay, this is giving me an interesting look. And here we have the choice, merchant's choice. So, am I looking at the empress? Or am I looking at the conditions? Well, I'm definitely the conditions around her. Isolation, out there on the stage of life yet, totally in control of the emotions, even though there are feelings of abandonment, and conquering the idea, I will conquer the world. Go ahead, girl. She's something else. She's something else. She's something else. I may be alone in this world, but I'm going to make this world notice me. I am strong. I am not weak. I am in charge of my emotions. I might be broke today and left in the snow to rot, but tomorrow I will rule. I will choose the right person and I will rule. We will rule together. How close has she come? Pretty damn close, don't you think? Wow. Hello, Alice knows. Allison knows. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Oh, she won. Yes. Okay. Oh, well, Pisces with a Virgo rising. How are you, dear? You're speaking to a Virgo with Pisces rising. So we're going to get this hooked up. She was, oh my God. Oh, yeah. 15. She was doing the nudes. Oh, my Lord. Have mercy, man. I cannot even imagine the family she would have. But one thing I am learning, but just by watching some of these shows, is that this trafficking can be generational. Hey, said too much Jupiter. Working girls, hello, Julie. Kimberly, hey. Thank you. Not only is some of this stuff generational, there are mothers out here who will sell their daughters to rich and powerful men, probably with the idea that they know the child is going to be taken care of, and they too. I bet you that's what that is. Right here in the United States, because that's why R. Kelly's in jail. That's right. That's why R. Kelly's in jail. Diddy, they never got into the children with Diddy. As a matter of fact, they never got into the Diddy about quite a few things that I noticed just looking at the doggone footage of the I said invasions of the what do you call it when they go in? They go in. The ATF and everybody's going in there. Okay, so her mindset was she's going to take over the wealth. So she's taking care. She's going to take over the world in one way or another. She is going to be woman on top. And good luck, good fortune. Fortune changed. Her fortune changed. And she met people, merchants from around the world. And if she's doing nudies as a child in Slovenia, Slovenka, whatever, yeah, here it is. Her fortune was outside of her country, her home world. Her fortune was overseas. My. And through marriage, she was going to marry a rich, rich man. It's not masculinity, Alan. Allison says masculinity is fading. That's not masculinity, that's patriarchy. And I'm still trying to figure out where that came from and how that became to be such a policy. That it's just a ism, okay? Like racism and sexism. Patriarchy is a ism, okay? Now not patriotism, but it's a patriarchy. That's a Greek root. Yeah, category. It's a Greek root. Yeah, you knock out the patriarchy and you can restore the balance between the male and female again. Yeah. But that's another topic. Okay. Oh, and that's what she did. She set out on her own in a whole new direction. She was going to conquer an emperor, and that's what she did. Wow. Let's keep going. She doesn't like Pam Bondi. I want to ask now. Well, now I have an inkling of who she is. Oh, Jesus. Does anybody know if she did any, hold on. Wow. Okay. From the bottom of the deck. This could be. I have the Magician, and I have the Queen of Cups. The Magician is manipulating, making things happen, and the Queen of Cups is sitting on a lot of secrets right about now. And I do believe this is her. This is what's happening with her. She is securing. This is the book. She's securing her financial information, her financial security of her own with information. Hey, Teresa, how are you? I just started a few moments ago. What, 23 moments ago? Thank you. Thank you for coming, Teresa. So we're talking about Empress Meliana. Okay. Now, she has a story to tell, and she's trying to decide. Look at this. She's trying to decide, Judgment card, whether, I mean, she's really worried about it. Should she say anything about her husband's past and who he was working with? Because she worked with him too. There seems to be some queen of the secret, some high priestess that is going to make an offer or is coming with an offer for some new project for her to get involved with or something for her to do. I don't know who this new person is, but whoever she is, she's got all the knowledge. Oh, this could be Ghislaine. This could be Ghislaine. Wow, I just had a hell of a thought. I mean, is this? Oh, ooh. Oh, Ghislaine would know. Ghislaine would know about her. Hello, Alex. You were? Yes, and the parties never stopped. Yes, and I wanted to be into that world, Alex. And then my mother said no. Who contacted me? Barbizon. Oh my gosh. And that was when I was a teenager. And not too long ago, when I was a mere middle-aged lady, almost, this woman approached me in the street that reminds me of Ghislaine. Anyway, I said, yeah, I had a whole life, a whole career, family, everything. I wasn't interested. Um, hmm. Do you think, I wonder if she's thinking that she's going to go back into the system. If anything happens to the emperor, is she thinking about going back into the system? You see what I'm saying? They have to go back. Models were crammed in apartments. They had to go to dinners too with the editors and well, they lived in the closets. The Iron Age. Okay, thank you, Pisces, Virgo rising. The Iron Age, and it was so thorough. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah. Ooh. Now this is interesting. Look at I'm pulling them out three at a time, like they're little mini spreads as I speak. Now look at this. We have the Ace of Cups. This is we're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with Queen of Swords, who has basically retired her emotions. This is this stoicism. It's not stoic. It is very that beauty with no emotion. That model thing. That no emotion. I'm just here because I'm here. It's also a sign of, in some people, a deep maturity. Also, it's a sign of I know what you don't know, and you just really don't realize how silly you are. Yeah, but it is a sign of stealing yourself emotionally for anything that comes your way. Yeah, that's her. I mean, she's a Taurus now, but she can definitely come up as a wand, Queen of Wands. Well, she's proven her Queen of Wands this. Yeah, she was from the. She was from the Epstein stables. Yeah, yeah, holding on. She's holding on to what she has. She's not letting go. Right now, the money stops. That's why she put that book out there, but I'm not sure how well it's doing. I haven't checked Amazon. There is some disappointment and regret. There's regret. hmm Definitely, her patience is being tried. Ooh. Over what? Hold on here. I guess she believed in the here, the happily ever after, but it's slipping away. It's slipping away. I mean, it should have been much easier for her as the first lady than it was as the model. You know what I mean? She has her wealth. That's what she wanted. She has her luxuries. She has her wealth, but it's like her thinking now. It's almost like she has got to change her perspective. She has become totally overwhelmed. Yeah. I don't think she understood how the whole Epstein thing was being looked at over here. They were friends, fast friends, okay? That means close. And even with how they did things, she was perfectly fine. Hey, Camilio, she was perfect because that's the way it was. That's the way it was in her country. That's the way it is around the world. But that's the way it is here underground. It's not socially acceptable over here. It's criminal over here. And she just, it's hitting her now. She understands, she's been paying attention. Now she's ready to take off. She can't even, it's getting to her now. So, whew, I'm hearing they think I'm a bad person. I'm like, oh my God. She wanted to be a star. She don't want to look at it that look like somebody who was recovering from being trafficked, like a victim. Like a victim. Hello, Sheila K. How are you? Ooh. I mean, girlfriend hit the pinnacle. She did. She did. And I'm thinking about who were those men who said Kamala slept her way to the top? Well, guess what the empress did? And there were a whole lot more. Probably in the thousands, allegedly. That's where a lot of confusion is coming. It's a lot of confusion. We've got a lot of confusion. I think here, I've never been outside of America. Flying over Canada doesn't count. But, folks, we have been given a narrative, or we are living under a narrative that is just so different from the rest of the world. It's. Oh, thank you, Kat. I'm not showing naked bits again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm dead again with the lovers. We just don't get it. We're up here running. We're so confused and in such a state of shock, and everybody looks at us and go, "You ever have any friends who are really immigrants who have been from different parts of the world?" They just say, "Why don't you see that? Why can't you see that?" And we just go, "Oh no, not here. This is the United States. We don't do this here." And then they just go, "Ah." Thank you, Big Dummy. You're gonna find out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to check myself here. I'm looking at the parts. Yeah. So right now, look at this. Now what okay. Let's just say she's planning on leaving too when things are getting too hot. She feels that he may have won some battles, but he's losing the war. And it is time to go. He's in defense mode. The emperor is in defense mode. It's time to move to another country. Definitely in their feelings. The emperor and the empress are definitely in their feelings, but the empress has been reevaluating the situation at the White House, and she's like, "Oh no, 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 no! This doesn't make sense. This this is a standoff. That means we're losing." She's smart. That means we're not. We with the victory that we had, with the money that we're redistributing, and that was gotten. Uh Not even with the money we're giving away. No. I don't know what that is going down the street. Even with all of that, the law is standing up against us. And now everything is just up and down. It's unstable. It's no good here. It's time to relocate before it all comes to an end. Oh, wow. Go ahead. What did I call her? Empress Miliana. They are working right now. She might be working on an announcement. This could also be the book too, public information. She's working on another book, or working that could be the book she was working on. That kind of sheds, not shed the light, but obscures. It obscures. She thought she could obscure some light here, but instead, I think it's at chapter 3. It's brought some things to let's just say it kind of blew some people's minds about the parties, about the children sneaking behind, how they snuck behind people's back, how they have this whole hidden group of things going on that is, and some of them are Satanists. And, like a lot of families have been betrayed. They were told they were going to be paid, they were going to be put into these positions, they were going to be given this, given that, and they were given nothing. Okay, I checked these holy bits, and it seems to be impacting the world, what's been happening. But in her world, where does this come from? Oh boy. Her world is about to end because here they're coming and asking questions she doesn't want to answer. It's interesting how people see things. And look, oh, it's coming up fast too. Her perfect little world is about to be blown to bits with inquiries, emails, um, podcasts, social media. So that's where she is. Let me look into. Let's look into their relationship. That is what she didn't say. She's done nothing wrong, as far as she's concerned. That's the way things are done in the world, and Americans are just very naive and silly. So we don't understand what is the matter with them. You know, that's the attitude. Well, that's her attitude. She thinks, we're foolish Americans. And let me do this. I'm going to pull. All right. Now I'm going to look and see what, I'm looking for the emperor and the empress, and I'm going to put them together to see pretty much what type. Let's see what's going on in their relationship. They're public figures. We can dip. What's wrong, Teresa? What's happened? What? Oh, no, she can. Yeah. Wow, Teresa. That's something else. They've done that to us here too. Oh, they did something similar. Peace and blessings to that situation, but they did. Oh, let me tell you, they did that not too far from here. But where an officer, a detective, was killed, they never found out who did it. Oh, you could hear him dying on his. He had the camera and the air, the microphone, everything. It was one of his own, and we all know it. Can't prove it. Don't want to try it. Don't even want to talk about it. But it was one of his own. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that about your grandson. I know you want him home. Don't worry about that. Not going to work. You don't know what else might pop off at work. You just enjoy him being home. Hi, Angie Bell. How are you? How are you? Hey, Jaconda. Greetings and salutations. Okay, I think I can turn this fan back on. Hold on a second. What was I getting ready to do, y'all? Oh, I'm looking into what's going on between the emperor and the empress. Okay. What's happening between the emperor and the... Did you see South Park? Oh, my God. I watched it twice. And then I had to go back and watch it a third time because I may have missed something. Mhm. There's a husband and wife thing, Alex. You can't speak, you can't testify against your husband as long as you're married to him. Yeah. Okay. Um, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Oh, what's going on between the Empress and the Emperor? Empress and Emperor now. Him crashing out all over the daggone place. Running away from here to go play golf in Scotland. And got such a nasty welcome. What's going on between the Emperor and the Empress? I'm going to do it one more time. Don't. Okay. Move this out the way. Okay. What's going on between the? Ooh, kind of stressful. Marriage is really under strain. 10 of Wands. Ain't no loving going on. All that stopped. 4 of Swords. It's retired. And that's on the Empress's side. She said, "Oh no, you will not." Oh no, you won't. In the beginning of the marriage, he used to pay her for her affections. Now, can't even do that. Get away from me. Stop. Don't touch me. Unhand me. This, oh, stop. Oh, oh, oh boy. Ouch. Allegedly. Somebody wants to take a trip on the yacht. Let's just get away from me. I need a vacation. I need to rest. Mm-hmm. Go to calmer waters. I tell you, the cards to tell it all. Oh yeah, she's nervous about the situation though. She's nervous about her position. As she know, oh, she's concerned about the major changes. Oh, that's my neighbor. She has major changes. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and she's also concerned about the fortune. Hers. And here she is. She's coming off as Queen of Pentacles. So she's working. She's worried about that money. She's feeling the whole scenario. This whole term is so unstable. There's too much going on. And I don't know who this is. Oh, this is the Bondi. This very easily could be Bondi. He'll bring the house down. Queen of Cups, the blonde. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have the King of Wands. And this basically reads as anxiety over the past, King's past. It's coming to a head. It's coming to a head. And it can be anxiety over the king's involvement with children, too, the emperor's involvement with children. Too. Hi, Gina. Hey, Sheila K. Mental challenge is the marriage itself right now. It's the Hierophant. And it's also the position, her husband's position in the cult. And what her biggest fear right now is that everything is being exposed. Okay. Oh! She feels totally betrayed, totally wounded, totally done. The marriage is done. Again this term. Bottom of the deck. And you know, well, she feels that outside interests, foreign interests weakened him. Foreign interests weakened his judgment, and that they have caused a separation. In other words, the oligarchs screwed him up, and now they want to leave him behind. Again, here this sense is this sense of I want to relocate, I want to leave here. Mm-hmm. It's something. There's another. There is like one major disappointment that's been seen by the public after another. There's the manipulation of records, drinking, report manipulation of records, financial records, drinking, being in somebody's feelings, not their own. A very cold fish in a very hot environment, I guess you would say. It's like what brought them victory is now not. It is doing very little for them right about now. So the what they did or what he has done and his position, her position is being blocked. They're being blocked. You're being the foreigners. They're being blocked. It's like European Union blocked. They're being shut down. They're becoming the pariah of the planet. Judgment has been passed. She gonna leave him for real this time. Look at that. Ooh. And she foresees, or it is being foreseen, that we're talking about what was going on between them. They're absolute disaster, heading for absolute disaster. That's the White House, not just their marriage. Everything gone. Gone. So this is like something else here, I tell you. This is something else here. And I'm going back to the empress feeling they'll be lucky if they leave with what they have on their backs, because they are being isolated. Uh, their position has been reversed, and they're stuck at the same time. So right now, basically, she should bail, or they should bail. He shouldn't. Don't even come back from Sky. Don't even come back. I mean, game is over. The game is over. Okay. Revelation is near. Baby, Allison, we've been living in it for the last since that man took office. Even before then. Before then. So, let's see. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I mean, then what is there? It's done. Oh yeah, is he coming back to? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm hearing resigned. I really am, and I do believe. Let's take a look. No, I got the pendulum. Game over. um, will the emperor resign? I've always felt this. Let's ask this. Will the emperor be impeached and put out of office? Resign. Resign. Because it has to be, whatever has to be done with extreme care. Oh, yeah, he knows every time it got Carol Newsom asked, will Dumpy's dementia and narcissism, is he ever aware of how bad things are for him? Oh, yeah, each and every time. Which is why he's going to resign. He can't take it. That Leo ascendant of his is going to drive him to uh, straight to McDonald's. Yeah, straight to McDonald's. They have, ooh, the Billionaire Boys Club. Because they thought, this social engineering that they're trying to implement is not working. Is not working. The United States of America has always been the grand experiment. And the experiment has taken a life of its own and saying we are sovereign and self-determining. Well, hello, this is Lilian, I can't see that. The I's and the L's. Oh my God. You talking about Ivanka? You know what? I just said that when I opened this reading, how trafficking these women is generational. I don't know. They'll traffic a female quick before they traffic a boy. Let's take this to. Um, are you talking about Ivanka or are you talking the first daughter? You talking about? Let's ask. I don't. Well, was okay. Ivanka trafficked. Was Ivanka trafficked? Well, that's my heart. Yes. It says yes. It says yes. Which explains the poor choice of husband. Let me stop. He owns some properties around here too. Not too far from here across town. They look like crap. And they pulled him up on it. That was the first term. That said yes. So what it looks hi Nellie. What it looks like to me is that well we know when we go up okay. We're so stuck with the racial divides, we don't understand about the class and the castes within each racial group or in each economic group. And that is beginning to look to me like a racial and caste within a caste group. The billionaires. Yeah, Oprah's a billionaire. She don't belong to that group. Won't let her in there. She belongs to another billionaire group, okay? But I do believe she has been to Bilderberg. She has been sat down and told to me not to say anything. Um, for instance, well, like in the black community, in the African American community. Oh yeah, Teresa, I got something to tell you too. Yeah, Cheronaka Nonaway. Who knew? Um, there is a caste, like the caste in India, where and a class, and they have the nerve to operate within the same system. That's where the colorism comes from. The colorism is caste. The money is class. So you got caste and class. The lighter you are, the brighter you are, the further you'll go economically. Now, but what happens with people like me who are raised by the darker skinned family, grandma, granddaddy? That's a whole different mindset. Okay. And now in the 70s, it reversed, it flipped. The darker you were, the higher you were, the brighter you were, and the further you would get economically. And to me, it looks like, but we didn't have, no, it wasn't about the sex trafficking because we had the church. We worked through the church. We were always about the church, whether it was the Catholic Church or the Protestant Church, it was the church. Other folks are different. They live differently. And then what it looks like in that whole Eastern European thing going on, Germany, Belgium, Austria, further east over there in Europe, that there is a whole different. I know we're crossing countries, but it seems to people that live in Russia, that whole Eastern European thing over there, they have the race, caste, and class thing too. Or maybe I should say tribe, caste, and class. There's really no such thing as race. Yeah. And to me, it looks like if you want to be anybody, hi KAT. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you ever want to elevate yourself, then you are going to have to do some things to elevate yourself. And in spite of the education, in spite of a job and career, you still, if you really want to elevate yourself, you are going to have to put yourself out there to attract a rich man. And the best way of doing that, if you're a woman, I sincerely don't believe men go through this, but you got to use what you've got to get what you want. And I don't think that is seen as a bad thing over there. It's like it is just common. Allegedly. This is just my perspective because it seems like the same Eastern European folk. And I could be prejudiced because I used to watch La Femme Nikita and that's all I saw. Okay. And but it is the same. Uganda had the same issue. There's some African countries with some horrendous trafficking problems. But they are also, like I said, people who have the mindset of being the poorest people in the world, of not being able to survive. You got the Creoles down here, okay. Uh, they just can't feel. I don't know what it is, but they know. All right. In spite of all this red pill crap we're being hearing, it's mighty funny that when you're in dire straits, the most valuable thing you have to sell is your daughter. Think about that. Think about that. Good and hard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening here, and to me, it's like both the emperor and the empress are living in La La Land, and so they've been propped up, and now they've been left to their own devices. So, I was going to ask, is he coming back from Scotland? Because now it's out there, and it's so interesting that no, he wasn't on the guest list. He probably made up the guest list. Um, Put he was Florida division of the Epstein dynasty. Please, he was a manager, allegedly, and everybody knows it. Is the emperor returning from Scotland? No, he's coming back, y'all. This was wow. This is wow. But I do. If I could, maybe if you just Google and YouTube trafficking survivors. I'm talking about the one, and this lady that was PBD. This is Patrick Ben David. His show was Value Entertainment, but now or Valuetainment. I don't know. It's just a podcast. Maybe the podcast is PBD, but that lady, I can't. She lays it on the line, and some of the things are going to be so unpleasant and distasteful for you to hear. But you steel yourself, you steel your nerves, and you listen so that when you see it in you, and see, this is another thing, folks. You steel yourself, you listen to that filth, you understand it, because I guarantee you've seen it with your own eyes and didn't recognize it. There was a clip of Jeffrey Epstein. It must have been a foreign fall day or some type of cool day. He's New York. He's in New York, walking down the street with this little girl. Came out of this building. It was a Trump building with this little girl who was all of 12, 13, and he has on one of those khaki jackets they used to wear. That not the bomber. It was longer than a bombardier, but it went an old. It looked like some old military jacket. It was nice and warm, and she's coming out running behind him, and to catch up with him in a little white sweater, looking just like a sweet little girl. That was a trafficked child. Anybody walking down that street would have looked at him and said, "Okay, this is a grandfather and his granddaughter." Any mother would have said, "Why is he wearing a coat and this child has nothing but a sweater on?" You see what I'm saying? Something wrong. Red flag. May not be trafficking. Maybe he just got his coat and I don't know. But the grandfather is much more attentive than child. Put on a coat. You know they're gonna make you put on your coat. But he wasn't her grandfather. He just looked the part. Okay. Um, is there anything else? Yeah, we've got to listen to this. It's hard to listen to, folks. I would, I'd probably have to go get on the bike or jump up and down on the trampoline or something after listening to something like that, just to clear my energy, my biofuel, get the crap out of me, and taking a nice shower or a nice bath, and then listen to some cool music, just to break that energy, because it's just that real out there, and it's just that nasty, and it's just that evil. Where was he put? Come on, Sheila K. 2016. Oh, I wonder what that was all about. Tax writer? I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. But trafficking is they switch up with each other's kids like it's nobody's business. You also, after listening to this lady on PBD's podcast, you will first thing, if you've been keeping up with Diddy, you would identify Cassie right away. You would definitely identify Cassie, and excuse me, I couldn't keep up with him. I think Don at Daphne at the end. All of them. You could see it. You could see it. And these kids are. This woman was sold at 6 years old by her mother. No, Scotland. No, they don't know. Yes, it's personal because hey, Camello. Yeah, it's personal between Murdoch and Cheeto because Cheeto knows that Murdoch's got the goods on him. I'm telling you, I'm serious when I say Florida division. I mean, he operated the Florida division. The pageants for the young girls. Uh, not to me. You want me to tell you about the? I don't have to tell you about the tricks in Miami. The cleaning girls, the girls who would come in clean at the uh, what do you call it? The country club, the estate, the house. You know what I mean? And it's always, girl, you don't get off your knees. You don't have to do all that cleaning. I know. Look, I can turn you on to some nice guys. You can. We might even, yeah, let them. All you have to do is go out on a date with them once in a while. Who wouldn't bite at that? Please. And then when you get there to get ready to go on a date, then all of a sudden it goes from just be yourself, don't talk too much, and do what he say do. What? Do anything he says do. What? Don't ask me again. You do what he says do. but I don't pop. Oh, see, then now you know you're in trouble, but it's too late. I have one question. I would love to figure out how these women. I couldn't even watch it. But I finished the one first hour. It's a 2 hour thing on PBD. Um, let me see if I could. I'm gonna put this in the bottom. No, I'll post it. I'm gonna post it because I'm going back and watch the second half this afternoon. I gotta get my nerves together though. Um, I want to know how they got out. And it looks to me as they begin to age, they like once they hit 20. Oh my God! It just occurred to me. So you hit 25 and they have no more use for you, so they let you go. I don't know. By that time, they marry you off to somebody rich, super rich. This is super rich. This is not just rich. This is super rich. Huh? I didn't. I don't know. But the Empress did. Interesting. Okay, folks. That's going to be it for today. I will probably see you. I'm not going to promise. Every time I try to give a set schedule, something weird happens and I'm thrown off my schedule all day. So until the next time, much love to you all. And thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Oh, also, hold on. You can show your appreciation by dropping a few coins into my Cash app. I appreciate that too. Okay, much love.